I'm gonna throw you out the window now.
So what's the plan, Captain?
I'm gonna have to toss you out the window.
The window? Oh, run!
Hey, what is going on, guys? And today we will be discussing on a couple entries within the journal provided by none other than Anne Boone Choi herself. And in case you're confused, there is a moment within the entry journaling where it gets transferred over to Anne's possession after the events of Marcy's capture. And don't fret, those codes will be dissected soon. It's just quite a bit to cover, you guys. But surprisingly, I believe I'm about halfway there. Now, as you know, this took place after the end of season 2 when Anne and the Frog Gang get transported back onto Earth and are faced with the challenge of getting back to Amphibia face off against Andrias once more. This also begins to happen once we make our way to the entry page number 84, and it isn't until entry page 86 when Anne begins to reflect on how grateful she is to be back home, but also just as to why she decides not to tell either of Sasha or Marcy's parents anything, as they more than likely wouldn't take the information of giant frogs potentially taking their daughters captive in another dimension too well, because admittedly, if someone were to tell me something like that about my children, I also would immediately call the police for the K9 unit search team. As we read deeper, Anne then transitions over into talking about how even if she were to attempt to contact the Waybrights, which is Sasha's parents, it probably wouldn't be the easiest thing in the world either way. As this revealed within the journal that Sasha's parents have been long ago separated from as little as around the age of 5 years old, and that not only has her father remarried, but her mother is with a long-term boyfriend who apparently has his own set of children. It's one thing for it to happen during your teenage years, but for something as tragic as that to happen to you as young as an age like that, it can impact the mentality of a child immensely. I mean, there are multiple sources of research to back this up, and plus it makes sense when it comes to the psychology of a child, as this can be confusing to go through at first and could potentially create issues sometime within the future when you especially combine this separation with replacement. Because then you're gonna have a moment within the family arguments where the child says something like this:
You're not my dad!
Okay, but anyways, this goes to show why Sasha feels as though she always has to put on a brave face, or why she has to lash out at times and always forcefully tries to keep people in her lives together. And whether they like it or not, staying together is always key, and that not only goes for her relationship between Anne and Marcy, but also as to why seeing Percy and Braddock leave her after receiving Barrow's hammer made her feel so unbalanced. And of course, if all goes to crap, her first response is not always an immediate apology, but a fit of rage and sadness. I mean, we should have known something wasn't exactly 100% within her life back at home. This also explains as to how all that hurt must have broke her down at such an early age, which then led to her dismissal of weakness and instead to embrace power. And a little bit of control for the mental sake. Wow, that pretty much sums up her whole character, and I didn't need a psychology degree to do it. But anywho, well, that goes for today's video, you Amphibia lovers. I really hope you all enjoyed the content. There is so much more to come and a lot of mysteries to be uncovered within the journal. And like I said earlier within the video, there are some long behind codes in this book, and I gotta awaken my Gravity Falls decoding talent back again from the old days. Alright, without further ado, this has been The Next Big Thing. And as always, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace!